Hello YouTube, it's me, KingNazaru. Sorry I haven't been here for a while. I've just been kind of busy with college and other activities. But today I'm going to talk about certain things that have been going on during my absence. Specifically, I want to talk about the recently released game Batman Arkham City, and I want to talk about things have been going on between the fans of anime, specifically Dragon Ball Z and the updated version Dragon Ball Z Kai. First, let's start off with the Batman Arkham City. Uh, Last week, or I believe the week before, I bought Batman Arkham City from Best Buy, and let me just say that was a really good investment. It was a really great game. Uh, they improved on the combat. It's more fluid. You could really see the the motion animations between the fighting. There's more variation in gadgets, and they feel like they're uh, more useful between roaming the city, uh, fighting the villains, and just exploring. The uh, the voice acting, wow, that was amazing. They got some of the more nostalgic voice actors, like Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill, who people who've watched the animated series of Batman from the '90s will recognize as the voices of Batman and Joker, respectively. Uh, I also have to give my props to Tara Strong, who many of you people might know as the voice actress for Bubbles from Powerpuff Girls, Timmy Turner from Fairly Odd Parents, and a whole lot of other voice actors. She replaced Arlene Sorkin as Harley Quinn, but make no mistake, she was pretty good. It was fairly close. I could hardly tell it was the difference. Uh, but like I said, it was a pretty good game. Good story. Even the story was just great. The side, I mean, it was so well written that even the side missions actually felt like they were a part of the main story. I mean, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just play the game or watch the videos on YouTube, and you'll definitely see that. And I say overall, this has got to be the second greatest game I've ever played. The only one topping this, in my opinion, is God of War 3. But that's still, nonetheless, that's a very good game. I highly recommend it. Okay, now on to the next topic is, like I said, I'm going to talk about Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Z Kai. Specifically about the fans. Okay, now, as most of you may know, there has been a lot of controversy around it. Uh, some of his fans have watched Dragon Ball Z Kai and have taken a great acceptance towards it, and apparently the more nostalgic viewers have just shunned it as a complete other abomination to the series. Me, in my personal opinion, I say I accept this. I welcome this with open arms. It's a much better adaptation than the original series. And to this, and look, I'm not. If the people who don't like Dragon Ball Z Kai don't like it for their own personal reasons, that's fine. But there are some of them whose own personal reasons were just so outlandish, it's so petty and stupid that I just can't help but complain about it. Some of these complaints were like, "Oh, it doesn't have the Bruce Faulkner audio," or "It doesn't have this such and such episode in it," or or they cut this part out. And there's no blood or cursing, and I just can't help but just do this. Okay, I'm gonna clarify some things for you people. Uh, One, let's start with the cursing and the blood. There is, in fact, cursing and blood in Dragon Ball Z Kai. It is in the uncut version, and if you did not realize that, I'm sorry, but you're an idiot. You have to realize that this is the TV version of Dragon Ball Z Kai. What you're seeing, this is naturally censored. So if you want to see the blood and the all the blood, the violence, and the language in all its completeness, just watch the uncut versions of it on DVDs, Blu-rays, the internet, or just watch the Japanese dub for Pete's sake. I mean, and for the record, did you not realize that there was a censored version of the original Dragon Ball Z on TV? Remember Toonami? They had censored versions, especially the Ocean dub. Oh, let's not go there. That has some serious problems. You people complained about the voice acting. I mean, you feel like you feel like they hated it, changed it. Specifically, Frieza. You hated for replacing Linda Young with Chris Ayers, and I said, okay, so let me get this straight. You have a problem with someone who is portraying Frieza like he probably was in the manga as a sadistic, aristocratic tyrant who was very intelligent in exchange for a person who portrayed Frieza as a slightly brutish emperor who usually just gives out corny one-liners, makes threats about what he's gonna do that's extremely violent, and makes mild gay, sexually ambiguous jokes. So, what do you see the logic behind that? That is absurd. They replaced these people because of several reasons. One was because some of these people were too busy doing other projects. They didn't want to come back because they've done it so many times that they just had enough of it. Or like with Lin Young and Frieza, they couldn't keep up with the lines of the script that was much closer to the manga. So they had to be replaced with someone who was capable of doing that. And Chris Ayers did a good job with that. Every actor in Dragon Ball Z Kai was much better. And in fact, I'm going to leave some links in the description box showing you comparisons between Dragon Ball Z Kai's voice acting and dialogue and the original DBZ. Hopefully people will see that this is way off in comparison. Definitely, Dragon Ball Z Kai was much better in that department and in other departments. And let's see, some of you people also complained that about the missing the Bruce Faulkner audio. See, the problem with that is that it was a good song, it was a good soundtrack, but it didn't fit Dragon Ball Z as it was supposed to be. It just portrayed it as like this hardcore rock metal show with martial arts, which is not. Yes, it has martial arts, and sure, it has epic moments, but it also involves spiritualism, innocence, and a whole lot of other things that just Bruce Faulkner's music didn't quite fit at times. So the Dragon Ball Z Kai theme fits it much better. It kind of has a balance between the original Japanese dubs soundtrack with an orchestra and kind of like the Bruce Faulknerish elements to it. So I think it's pretty much balanced, and I feel it works. And let's see what else. A lot of people you complain that it's not in the Ocean dub voice acting. See, okay, we're gonna just leave that alone. But I will say this: like, the Ocean dub, that was a mess too. I mean, you people might have a different opinion, but whatever. But the point, but I hear Ocean Dub is going to probably redo do the dubbing for Dragon Ball Z Kai, and hopefully they might do better. But at this point, I'm just sticking with Funimation because I'm so far ahead with that. And for me, my only complaint with Kai is that it doesn't feature the Boo saga, which I would like it to add. And now some of you are complaining that I say, "Oh no, we shouldn't have the Boo saga. It should just stick to ending at the Cell saga." And I say, "Look, that's okay with you, but some of us feel like we want the actual ending to Dragon Ball Z Kai because we want because it offered closure to the characters and to the story. The story feels incomplete to us and to many others to just end at Cell Saga. I mean, we'll be missing things like Krillin and Android 18 getting married, Vegeta finally learning the reason why Goku will always be better than him, Piccolo's development as from being a warrior to a mentor, Hercule being more useful than just a comedic side character. We're gonna miss a whole lot of things. So I'm just really saying, you guys, people just, if you're gonna hate Dragon Ball Z Kai, hate it for more sensible reasons. Because personally, Dragon Ball Z Kai should be a dream come true to you people. It's more closer to the manga in story, dialogue, acting, pretty much everything. This is what Dragon Ball Z was supposed to be. And another thing that you people complain about was because it was missing some of your favorite fillers. And I said, some of these, what you don't realize is that some of these fillers actually contradict certain elements in the story. One example would be Garlic Jr. Saga, where it contradicts Gohan's wanting to be a scholar, where in the Garlic Jr. Saga, he would just ditch his studies and go off with the dragon Icarus and just do whatever, go on adventures. But that's not how it's supposed to be in the manga. And they've told you right from the get-go, Dragon Ball Z Kai was going to follow the manga pretty much as it could. So if it really wasn't in the manga, it didn't happen. So you're just going to have to get over that. I mean, granted, I like there were some fillers that I actually liked, like a lot of people. I liked the filler where Goku and Piccolo went to the driving school. That was kind of funny. But still, we'll just have to accept that there's going to be filler cut out. So there's nothing you can do about it. So that's all that I'm going to talk about right now. Hopefully I'll be able to post videos talking about other things later.